There's a lot of things that a YouTuber can do that would be very illegal, very wrong, ethically, not even just legally, that I could sit down here and apologize for. And that is the only thing that I've really thanked God today for not doing. Now, at the time, I was in a relationship with another woman, right? And unfortunately, what happened was me and my best friend Ryan, all right? We're talking best friend. I've known Ryan for years. We were so wasted that at some point in the night, me and Ryan started making out.
Alright guys, this segment, I'm calling it the BradTaste's Mutahar's EHD, okay? That's what we're calling it, because none of this stuff is long enough to sustain 1 hour by itself, so we're smashing it together with like a few little threads that you could pull, and it's just a wall. It's a wall of stuff, including, but not limited to, never before seen BradTaste in music messages. That's going to be coming up. A new Mutahar video. Destiny exposing BradTaste in music, or more so, exposing white liberal women that accused BradTaste of music, which is fun. That's cool. And then new Hasan drama just dropped. I'm not kidding. We're doing all of it. All right, new Mutahar video. Yeah, there's a new Mutahar video out. Before we get started, we have to start with our boy Hasan, okay? Once we hit every name in like legitimate context, we will hit the button. I'm tracking it. Hasan, #1, okay? Hasan is talking about how his Sigma grind set coded workout routine makes him working harder than
Nicholas
Mutahar.
DeOrio's latest video.
So that's fun.
Where is Mr. Wiggleson?
We're wiggling. We're fucking wiggling, dude.
I think I work more than he does. Like, I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. I don't scratch my balls. I slam a fucking espresso shot. I take a shit. The entire time I'm like trying to download.
To be honest, it sounds like he is actually working harder than Mutahar. I might have to give Hasan this talking point.
Put as much fucking news and information into my brain as possible. I go work
like he just burped right there. That was more effort than Mutahar put in for a day.
Out, or I take Kai to the park and I play basketball, and then I'm just live for, well, it used to be 8 to 10 hours a day. Nowadays, more so 7 hours a day. Okay? And then after that, I just fucking watch anime and I pass out.
I'm gonna be honest here. I do think this. Chat, does anyone here think Hasan is bullshitting us? Do you think that he works harder than Mutahar? Because this sounds like he does work harder than Mutahar. I know this channel is very critical of Hasan, but like, I mean, you can't really argue with the result.
I know. Half day Piker is what they've been calling me. Half day Hasan, fucking part timer. I do like Ted is right when Ted was like. When Ted clocked me as the most Ashton Hall coded friend he has, he wasn't wrong. I am a little bit Ashton Hall coded in that, like, I am so Sigma grind set coded in the way that I exist.
I think he's right. And unironically, let's be honest here, I feel like streaming like 6 to 8 hours a day does actually kind of take a little bit more effort than, actually, does he do 10? He might do 10. I don't know what he's doing. Like, half day Piker implies he doesn't do 10, but that's probably more work than filming a lazy fucking video off something you Googled for 20 minutes and doing an OBS recording, one take video where you leave in all your mistakes. Both of them are HMWH. What the fuck does that mean? That sounds like a fucking men's clothing outlet. High molecular weight hyaluron. Hard men working hard. Got it. Got it. They're both gay. I understand what you're saying there. I was reading some chemistry shit. It's not the chemistry shit. Sorry. That okay. I'm like a chemistry. I'm actually a chemist because I just read that. Okay, I understand. I get it now. I get it. Okay, listen, dude. I read the chemistry thing on Google. I'm a fucking certified chemist now. Lazy Shell. This motherfucker sent this to me. I had this shit queued up, but I will watch it on his YouTube channel. Did I get first comment? Yes, I did. Lazy Shell made a Mutahar edit. Okay. This is where, dude, this is like the Keffels thing again, where I saw somebody say that this is racist because Mutahar looks ugly or something. Even though this is literally Lazy Shell's editing style. I feel like I'm literally going through a time warp right now, and it's like the anti-Mutahar arc.
Ooh, boy. Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mutahar.
Wait, what the fuck? Who is...
Ooh, boy.
Is that Mutahar saying that or is me? I literally can't tell. I literally can't tell if that's me or Mutahar saying that.
Ooh, boy. Hello, guys.
I think that's me. That's literally... No, I think that's actually me.
Ooh, boy. boy! Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and you know, I got that big old smile on my face because, ladies and gentlemen, me and my best friend Ryan, alright?
No! No! Don't talk about it! Don't do it to him! What did him and his best friend Ryan do?
There's a KFC in Yemen!
Thank you for providing entertainment as I progress
This
through
is
writing my
insane.
first book, Purple Heart.
Enjoy. Go get it. I hope it becomes a.
I recommend
I hope it becomes an
watching
Oprah
Nicholas
Winfrey
DeOrio's
book
latest
seal of
video.
approval. Okay.
Boy! Hello, guys and gals.
I told you this, right? We actually fabricated the Who Boy Me Mutahar here. I had my Discord search for the video where he did that, and apparently he's never done it that way before. At one time he said Who Boy Me Mutahar here, but I don't think that counts.
I really like
I don't think he's ever gone Who Boy Me Mutahar here. I don't think it's ever happened.
Boy! Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar.
Yeah, I think I just Mandalorian affected you.
And you know, I got that big old smile on my face because, ladies and gentlemen, me and my best friend Ryan, alright? We were so wasted. Me and Ryan started fucking making out for the hell of it. We got real gay with each other.
Whoa!
I'm a fucking computer engineer. I'm a fucking computer engineer. I'm just.
Yo, dude, this is actually insane. The lore is nuts that his fucking stupid Seamaster is floating up and down his arm because he wears it too high. Dude, this is why Lazy Shell is goated. I don't know anyone who puts this much effort into their fucking work.
I'm just an engineer.
That's literally a talking point that every other YouTuber refuses to cover, is the watch review.
I feel like a doctor as an engineer.
To diagnosis, engineer.
I called myself an engineer while not being a
I turned myself into an engineer, Morty! I'm Engineer Mutahar!
degree-holding engineer. If you still feel wronged and this does not suffice for you, then, I don't really give a fuck.
Nicholas,
Oh,
the goat.
big sad. If you guys don't know, we covered it last time.
Return after the
Thank
great
you.
debt card loss. Honeybee, 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 honeybee.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Mutahar has actually come out and like conceded. He has announced that he is a fraud and he's been lying for a decade. And if you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. Apparently.
And this does not suffice for you, then, I don't really give a fuck.
Okay, this is like fucking Sonic.exe. This is terrifying. Ah. Lazy Shell Meat Canyon arc. I showed this at another point, but I want to post it again. It's like there's no video that was accidentally fucking spawning into the earth that better describes Mutahar than this like fan thing where you can actually see how much the soul has left his eyes. Look at him, 2016, he looks genuinely happy, he's having a good time. Nothing. There's nothing behind those eyes. Nothing. It's awkward. It's weird. If somebody was laughing at me like this, I would be running in the opposite direction. It looks like a fucking homeless guy in Penn Station chasing me around with a Bible. There's no fucking way. Thank you for hitting the goal! Soulless,
Nicholas, the goat. I appreciate that.
The laugh
I
shows
state
the
again,
pain. Yeah.
2-minute apology for lying for 10 years about being an engineer, but a 12
It's not even an apology.
To apology.
It's literally just
Make
like
it make sense, my
he's
fellow
just
bees.
flipping you off. He's not even saying sorry. It's not even real. All right. So I want to check out Nick Andros' follow-up video for Mutahar. We covered his previous video. It's the one that kicked off the drama. What I didn't remember in the last couple of days is that this Mr. A-Log over here, who's made the videos on the Nux Taku situation, is that Jeffrey Epstein? Okay. Anyway, this isn't supposed to be the big video. Did you remember when we covered this the first time that supposedly this was like the stuff that he cut out of the big Mutahar video, and the new one that's coming out was supposed to be his like magnum opus, and his little like slop side piece promotional item was the thing that actually blew up and caused Mutahar to have to respond. That's so funny. So Nick Andros has published his second video, which is kind of like a little it wraps up the Mutahar engineer arc, and I figured that would be a good place to leave this story, is I guess his final word, considering he's the guy who opened it up.
Welcome, I'm Nick Andros.
Yeah, that was a trailer for the actual video.
You may have seen my previous video. Mutahar's been a fake engineer for 10 years. The video's been way more successful than I ever expected. I assumed it would simmer in the background for a month before I released my big video, but
This is like when JID put the fucking Eminem feature on like the prelude, so that's just not even on the album.
it blew up instantly, and Mutahar has responded. In the video, I exposed
And keep in mind, Nick Andros has been calling out Mutahar, and the closest he actually got to a response was Mutahar blowing himself up in the Nux drama. Like, he's been covering this guy for a year. He has dedicated a year of his life to like finding out this. He spent 1/10 of the time Mutahar lied about being an engineer, trying to track him down.
Mutahar for giving inconsistent statements about his educational background and qualifications. Did he go to university for computer engineering or computer science? Did he drop out after a semester, or does he leave it open to leave his audience to conclude he graduated? Sometimes he'll talk about
It's not even like he's leaving it open. If he's saying he's an engineer, that implies that not only does he have his undergrad, like that he's giving a specific job title, right? Or I guess like maybe not job. Is it a job title?
Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
It's a job title, maybe not a specific one, but he's giving like an actual indicator that he's not only finished that schooling but also done additional
STEM degrees while claiming to be an engineer and therefore biased in favor of them.
The prelude sucks. Well, I mean, it literally has gotten like, it went viral. And it literally, dude, his throwaway shit got Mutahar to admit he lied to his entire audience for a decade and like fabricated his credentials. So, I mean, I would love to see what's in the actual video.
Despite the fact that he has no such degree.
Is it bad if you don't get a STEM degree? Look, I'm gonna sound biased as fuck, but STEM degrees all the way.
Why would he sound biased? Why would a person who dropped out and didn't obtain a bachelor's degree sound biased if he told you not to get a fucking STEM degree? Like, why? What about that would like...
I'm gonna sound biased.
Why? Because you went to like... What did he go for, like a year? Because you know the first year of your actual college... Like, if you haven't been to college, the first year of your bachelor's fucking program, right? At least for me, was doing like... It felt like high school too. Because you're not really allowed to declare your major, at least to the college that I went to. Or university now, they've changed their name. But the college that I went to, I was not allowed to declare until like either... Was it 2 semesters? So, like, they force you to take a language, and you have to take some fucking English classes, and you got to take a couple of history courses. I've talked about the history shit. I took so many history courses, I almost got a history minor. I almost minored in history, dude. Wait, history minor. What? No! Okay, you get the point, right? But like the first year that you're at college, you might take like 1 or 2 courses that correlate, and that's because that's like the stuff that they make you take, and it just happens to overlap.
You know, as an engineer, like, you know, you want to get the degree that's gonna get you a job. You know, a good job.
I think in my first semester, I took calculus. That was like I think that was like one of the few things that actually like contributed to my actual diploma.
Not saying other degrees can't, but like, you gotta be smart.
If he wasn't trying to be deceptive, why didn't he say, I don't have a degree, but I'm still an engineer? By the way, it does seem to be the case that merely holding yourself out to the public as an engineer is a violation of the law in Ontario where Mutahar lives. As Professional Engineers Ontario, a self-regulatory body, not a random...
People keep asking me that. Are you a real engineer? I am not an engineer. The difference between, I think, what me and Mutahar do, because obviously I do have a bachelor's degree, and I'm completely upfront about that. I don't make that a point of contention in my content because it has nothing to do with what I do here on YouTube. And if it did have something to do with here on YouTube, I would outline it accordingly if that was relevant, right? Like a lawyer would give their legal credentials and like that's just simply not something that matters over here. I don't have to, hey guys, I just want everyone to know, okay, I'll be covering this Mutahar drama, but I actually have gone to, I guess I could do that. For this one story, I guess that does matter. I have obtained a bachelor's degree, so I can tell you everything about Mutahar. Ultimately, like, my goal is for you not to know really anything about my job or I guess anything else other than stuff I've already said about my degree. I'd rather you don't know anything about it. I don't want to hedge that for like internet credibility or use it as an opportunity to try to sound smart. I want you guys to know as little about my private life as humanly possible. And I feel like that's the way that normal people act online, where I give you exactly what I need to give you to kind of like make content and be online. And I don't think any of this other stuff is really stuff that should matter to you. I will talk about going to work because I do think that like a 40-hour work week is good for people to have. It keeps them offline. And it kind of stops, I guess, it stops me from going fucking crazy. This internet shit's insane, right? But you don't need to know anything about it. When I'm there, I'm there. When I'm here, I'm here. That's my thing. But yeah.
Engineer Labor Union has fined a politician in 2016 for introducing himself as an engineer on television when he wasn't a licensed engineer. Do note that this person used to be a fully licensed engineer, degree-holding professional engineer, but because he was no longer licensed, he lost the right to call himself an engineer. There is no jail time for breaking this law, only a fine if you refuse to cease misusing this protected title. Despite admitting at points that he was a former engineer, that he was a drop.
You know what's funny? I thought that was a stupid line. I still don't really care if Mutahar broke the law. But, like, Mutahar's response has just made it so worth it, you know? Like, does anybody care if Mutahar really broke the law by calling himself an engineer in a niche Ontario? By the way, I will never forgive Nick Andros. That's what I call him now. Nick Andros. Because of the way that he says, what is it? I forgot. Ontario. That's, like, malicious. That is actually the most malicious shit that guy has ever done. Ontario. Dude, yeah, I don't give a fuck if he broke the law, a random niche Canadian law. But Mutahar being like, well, if there is any consequence to this, well, I'll have my lawyer look at it. I could totally justifies that segment being in there for me because it just makes Mutahar sound like such a bitch. So it's like, all right, I guess I'll give it a pass, you know? Ontario.
The title, despite admitting at points that he was a former engineer, that he was a dropout.
It's not about the legality, it's about the hypocrisy. Well, actually, I think the worst part, never mind. No, it's a reference, never mind. Oh.
Mutahar was introducing himself as an engineer as recently as June of 2025.
What's the name of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo.
Thank you.
Mr. Oreo.
I wonder if maybe that's what Nux Taku had on Muta to get him to fold the way he did. Food for thought.
Nah. I don't think Mutahar thought it would matter. I don't think he thought there was anyone, like, for lack of a better term, hyper autistic enough to sift through 10 years of footage to find this out or really care about it. I think Mutahar just lied for so long. It wasn't even something he was considering.
I feel like a doctor trying to explain like how fucking medical procedures work as an engineer telling people that AI is like...
And at times, he leaned on these credentials to sound more authoritative.
What a crazy podcast. The War on DK Oldies featuring Review Tech USA. And that was only 2 years ago. Dude, what happened to Rich, dude? Does anybody have this is a bit of an aside. Does anyone have any fond memories in your formative years watching Review Tech USA talk about GameStop, and then you just happen to see what happened after all that was done? Oh my, it's actually the saddest shit ever. Fuck me, dude.
I also
formative years is a little ridiculous, but like I was watching his shit in high school, right? It's sad.
Constructed a timeline which demonstrated that Mutahar has been a former engineer for a decade.
He
was getting a videography diploma. He worked as a video editor.
Yeah, dude. Mutahar turned 18, so then he became, Humbar College, diploma, video editor, day trading investor, computer engineer, and then...
But in 2019, he began calling himself not just an engineer, but a computer engineer. Note that he has never called himself a software engineer. A computer engineer...
I gotta be honest with you. I wouldn't want to give this away because I think this topic is pretty fucking big. But I actually don't think that Dr. Dre has been to medical school. Dude, listen, I know. I've seen the album covers, you know? He's been prescribing a lot of medical marijuana, but I don't think he's a doctor.
Engineer isn't some Canadian English version of a software engineer. It's a much more hardware development focused engineering discipline, closer to electrical engineering. Mutahar does not
And you understand the significant difference. If I said Dr. Dre isn't a doctor, they'd be like, oh, and they'd be like, oh, they would know it's a joke.
I recommend watching Nicholas
Because Dr.
DeOrio's
Dre
latest video.
doesn't like fucking practice medicine or pull out his doctorate to explain interesting things. It's just like very clearly out in, like a joke. Whereas Mutahar uses the fake engineer status
recommend
to
watching
like
Nicholas
lend himself
DeOrio's
credibility.
latest
That's
video.
why it's bad.
display this kind of knowledge or skill in his content. It took him months to switch the batteries on his fucking smoke detector. He's been calling himself a computer engineer for a decade because of computer work he did in high school. He claims to have done penetration testing, that he's a cybersecurity expert.
And the only penetration testing that I've allegedly seen is on Next. Okay, just to be clear, that has been debunked, thoroughly debunked. I had to say it like that specifically to reel you in, but everyone says that's not true. Mutahar has not had sex with Nexpo. I just want to clarify that right now.
That he does network security, and that he was coding bank applications. As a high schooler, he claimed he would have made a lot of money in these fields, but also that it was a...
But you know what? How cringy this is? Here's a good fucking example. I didn't even think of this. Dude, when fucking Pirate Software calls himself like a hacker, or like in every YouTube drama where they're like, I'm a hacker, right? and you just hear they do the most basic shit on planet Earth. Like they inspect elements in Google, which showed something. This is the equivalent of that, only imagine if hacker was like something you had to go to school to be.
A dead-end job. Is there any proof that these jobs were ever real? Is there proof that his globe-trotting video engineer career was real? I don't know. According to further research by harmful...
Scott Schaefer in the chat. This seems like a topic you'd cover.
I recommend watching Nicholas
I'll read that in a
DeOrio's
sec.
latest video.
Hey Nick, based off your personality, what would be your final destination? Kenny from South Park Death.
I would be killed by a rogue pinball. It's funny you mentioned Final Destination, and you won't know why for some time. However, honestly, the fact that he's not an engineer, I just want to know what his real job is even more. Scott Schaefer, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Opinions, Mutahar called his work...
But dude, this does sound like isn't this like a Scott Schaefer type video? Right? Like Scott Schaefer, if you guys don't know, is the one who brought the established titles drama to the forefront. That was his big viral story.
I don't know. According to further research by Harmful Opinions, Mutahar called his work blue-collar computer programming.
What does that even mean?
Before he switched to calling it engineering in 2015. And that term...
Y'all helped me change my life from being a dead-end computer engineer, not discounting that career path. I was an engineer.
Stuck with him for 10 years.
It's like his Batman origin story. You know?
Misleading millions.
Again, I'm not gonna I don't know where the tweet is. I saw Ethan Ralph actually reposted his like fucking racist ass fucking, I mean it's I'm sorry, it's funny. His fucking racist ass tweet about Mutahar. Where is this shit, dude? It was on my feed yesterday. And I gotta be honest with you, I need to know the answer to this, and I don't know if there's an above ground way to find it. Ethan Ralph tweeted this a long while ago about Mutahar. Obviously, whatever, disavow. In a just world, Mutahar would be working at a 7-Eleven somewhere, reheating my taquitos. Never watched him, always thought he was garbage. Genuinely can't imagine watching his material voluntarily. And then he posted a photoshopped image of Mutahar working at a 7-Eleven. The reason why I'm telling you this, and I don't know where the tweet is, and I don't have it. Mutahar responded to this saying that he owned several 7-Elevens. I don't believe him, but it could be true. He's like, oh yeah? Oh, I'm not heating your taquitos because I pay the guy who does that. And I'm like, wait, what? But do you think that that's true, or is that like another lie? Did he like lie to Ethan Ralph to own him on Twitter? I don't know. I don't believe him. Is that fair? Like, I don't know. Maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe not.
Millions of people into perceiving him as far more qualified and educated than he was. Others have pointed out that he used his credibility to smear Mama Max as having possessed child sexual abuse material, bestiality, or animal abuse videos.
The video that you would have to be hashed by the FBI or any of these agencies as actual child porn.
and it would
No, it wouldn't. I don't know.
My understanding of the CSAM hash stuff is that it wouldn't be you wouldn't be knowledgeable, or the organizations directly wouldn't be knowledgeable on what happened with like what was in the actual mega folder, because it's checked and balanced against actual CSAM hashes that would be detected, and that's why they would ban the accounts. That doesn't mean that like a false positive can't be reported. In Mutahar's case, that could have been the... But again, I'm not a fucking computer engineer. I don't know. People also are bringing up, saying like me, a clip of me with Mutahar saying you're more knowledgeable about this than I am, implying that I thought he was an engineer. I gotta be honest with you. I didn't even know he was an engineer until I watched Nicandros' first video. I had no idea what his background was. I knew that he did the Club Penguin series with Kavos, and that was like a pedo ring. The two of them busted wide open. You guys remember that? That's a long while ago, so I don't blame you if you don't know about it. But when I'm saying, like, you know more about this than me, it's like you've quite literally already done the research. That was where that was coming from.
Where he's saying this. He literally just read a Reddit post.
There was no proof of this. The
And again, I do think that a lot of Mutahar's research is I read that on Google and repeated as fact.
only reason he was believed was because he was perceived
Like,
to
at least I'll just read the fucking Reddit post to you. You know, I don't pretend that I am like a all-knowing beast or whatever in my video, in my live stream, in my segment. I pull up the Reddit thread, I read it directly. A lot of these guys, and I think King of Nothing is probably one of the worst offenders of that, where they just regurgitate somebody's Reddit post and they like claim that as their own opinion definitively.
have these high credentials. Mutahar's
Nick
initial
Andros, he said on a podcast episode with Simeon Jimmy, Mumkey Jones, that he just bought one and told Augie that he owns a few, and on a stream he's invested... Oh! The 7-Eleven lore! Thank you, Nick Andros. Thank you so much. Okay, in regards to the 7-Eleven, Nick Andros says he's got... I imagine he's got the clips for this, but we don't need to see them. On a podcast episode with Mumkey Jones, he said he bought one. He told Augie that he owns a few, and on a stream, he said he invested into the holdings on 7-Elevens. Who knows? Dude, you're the only guy who would know the answer to these questions. Thank you, Nick Andros. I appreciate your contribution.
response to my video was to ban the word engineer from his comments. When
That is something that he did do. I think this is like the only time in history where I'm comfortable saying definitively this guy did hide the word engineer.
that didn't succeed,
And if he was an engineer, I wouldn't even blame him for it. Like, if this was senseless, baseless fucking drama, but I think it became obvious to everybody when that happened and Muta didn't just immediately showcase credentials that it was probably the case that it was true. I think everyone did a little protecting themselves there, but after 24 hours passed, I mean, I was pretty fucking certain that Nick Andros got him dead to rights.
he stopped uploading for a week and went quiet on social media.
So at this point, you know, we're about like a week into not crapping, right?
Is this like digital whiteface? What the fuck was that? Dude, what? Where was that? He looks like he's got like Jeff the Killer complexion in that one.
Engineer from his comments. When that didn't succeed, he stopped uploading for a week and went quiet on social media.
So at this point,
Dude, he looks like Jeff the Killer. What is this fucking clip, dude? Did you edit this in some way? Bro, the white and blue filter. He looks like Zombahar, dude.
you know, we're about like a week into not crapping, right?
He did private a video which Harmful Opinions covered in one of his videos, and he wiped an entire channel of podcasts he used to do with his friends, meaning that he was following this quite closely behind the scenes. Now he's back, and he's made a 2-minute response buried.
Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff I thought that I saw that Mutahar had privated as well, no? Didn't we look at something else? Yeah, I mean, it's Mutahar is not somebody who just shuts off the computer and walks away for a week. His wife was posting on fucking Instagram, his genius wife. I apologize profusely for calling her a fucking retard. That was definitely happening.
3 minutes into a random 32.
Why does he have horrible lighting? This isn't horrible lighting. It's intense red energy. I don't know where you're getting this from. He's in like a room that's developing photographs, and he only does this in the most serious videos.
2-minute video. Let's see it.
Now, YouTube's pretty much engineered, I would say, in their mind, it seems a pretty foolproof way of isolating kiddies from adults. Now, I use the E word over there, and
they've you know, the YouTube's policy moving forward is just pushing all the YouTube kids to Nux Taku's channel for safety.
I want to just start talking a little bit. I know there's been some drama, and I want to kind of address things here really quickly. So obviously, I have been calling myself a engineer, in some cases a programmer, a cybersecurity engineer, whatever you can call it. And, you know, I apparently have also been...
Say that again. That was a joke. It's a joke. You didn't do that.
...in a dropout, which I don't hide. Now, obviously, me being a dropout, I don't have a degree, so I'm not a certified
Dude, he's never hid the fact that he's a dropout because he said it 4 times in 10 years that we could verifiably find.
or licensed engineer. Now, I made a lot of videos in the past where I've taught you guys about computer safety, cybersecurity, a lot of this stuff, and I think that content stands up on its own. And I believe it actually can be used, you know, and people have learned from it, and I think that's great. Now, if you feel offended, if you feel wronged that I called my
New Mutahar slop. I gotta be honest with you, chat. I mean, the term, like, I'm holding the slop in my hand right now for the Wiggler, but this video is literally more in depth than any Mutahar video that he's released in like the last fucking 8 months. Mutahar puts out like 1 video of effort a year. I feel like Mutahar being the topic of conversation is inherently slop.
myself an engineer while not being a degree-holding engineer, then for that I do apologize. And I will denigrate myself to, you know, I guess programmer or a fat Indian guy that knows a bit about computers.
He's so smug. He absolutely is. Also, why is the... Dude, I gotta be honest, there are absolutely people targeting Mutahar based off of religion and based off of race. But it's always Mutahar who's like the first guy in the room to make the Indian joke self-deprecatingly about himself. I don't know, dude. I personally don't think he's super bothered by it, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's like an insecurity that just shows through. And obviously Mutahar has the past to do it. All I'll say is he put out all those tweets about how he doesn't like poo in the loo tweets on Twitter and shit like that. And he's turning off his account as soon as he started getting blowback from Nux Taku. So maybe he really hates the racism on X right now and he really doesn't want to look at it, which is why he quit and came back and is still tweeting there. Or maybe he just didn't want to deal with the Nux fallout. It seems like his pattern of behavior is to just upload a video that has nothing to do with the topic and respond. I forgot he did this, chat. I didn't even... Dude, I was making my VOD today for tomorrow and I was posting it and I realized that Mutahar responded about the Nux Taku drama briefly in like another long ass fucking video. Did you know this? Where was I? Hold on, Mutahar Nux. There was like he posted the response video in, what is this? Nux does a video on Mutahar and Nicholas DeOrio claimed Mutahar has left various group chats due to the, oh, I remember that too. Where was the response video? Archive plus new statement. It was like a video on, was it on GoldenEye or something? That was one of them? No, it wasn't GoldenEye. He put out like a big 50-minute old school Mutahar meme. Yeah, I don't remember. Somewhere, post Nux class. Oh yeah. Look at this. Here it is. Yep. So when he was responding to the big Nux drama, he put like a little disclaimer in the middle.
Months now, but obviously when you get caught up in like the whole content drama mill, you do get lost in the sauce. So I want to bring that back weekly. Maybe not this week because, you know, this video just came out.
Yeah, the exact same like time frame, at like the 2-minute mark, he takes over a Metal Gear Solid video that's 2 hours long to like briefly address the drama of the video he posted.
Of content that I want to make in the future. So I want to take accountability for a seriously, you know, fucking shitty video that I made about a week and a half ago. And it's one of...
He wants to take accountability, so he Carl Jobsed it in the middle of a video that has nothing to do with it, and apologize to the people who would never have clicked this to begin with.
Those videos where I want to move on past from, I've talked to everyone privately, which I should have in the
which he didn't.
First place. And yeah, that's pretty much what it comes out to. So ultimately, things have pretty much been resolved, and I don't really think that there's any point addressing this going on into the future. For the people that, you know, have... basically not wanting to watch me because of it, I hope I can earn that view back. For the people that want to give me a second chance, I really appreciate it, and I want this video to be an example of the kind of stuff that I want to make going into the future.
So anyways, after this whole thing about how he didn't want to make garbage, slop, lazy drama content, he then got involved with Ethan Klein, threatened to sue Noah Sampson, returned to Twitter, started covering pirate software. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I just think the guy's a fraud. I think it's pretty fucking fair to say at this point.
That's what I'll leave it at. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Now again, if you want to stick around, awesome. If you still feel wronged and this does not suffice for you, then I don't really give a fuck. Simple as that.
Always do the
Now, again, that being said, if anything else comes out of this, you know, whether there be some legal stuff, then I'll just let lawyers handle it.
Oh yeah, well, if the legal stuff comes, I'll call my lawyers and I'll pay the fine.
We'll call it at that. But
the thing that Nick Andros brings up here is interesting in regard to the legality, though. I think that comes next.
Being said, I want to move forward, And that's pretty much the engineered response that I had to give.
I ended my video in a pretty melodramatic phrase. The only power I have is the one you give me when you lie. That was my awkward, cringy attempt at
I'm coming to get you, Mutahar. That's how I did my video. I'm
Nicholas
coming for you.
DeOrio's latest video.
Mutahar is probably playing the engineer class in Battlefield 6,
What
which
was
we
our-
can all try in the free beta on August 9th to 10th
Dude,
on PC.
I love the Battlefield guy. Thank you, Battlefield guy. I appreciate it. What was my most cringy line? Because if that's a kind of a cringy line. My most cringy one was the one that Augie was making fun of me for back in the day. I'm like, actually, I'm Nicholas DeOrio. That was the worst one. That was my absolute... I think that's in like the second Shiloh video. Actually, I'm Nicholas DeOrio, so I'm not going to do that.
at conveying to Mutahar in a brief and concise manner that as long as he keeps lying, all he does is hurt himself. He had the choice of telling the truth, but once again, he's misled his audience.
Doxing is defined as... I don't even think that's cringy. I think that defined a genre of bad videos. There are so many people who like open a video defining the definition of doxing now, and I don't know if I'm the cause for it, but it definitely just shoots me in the fucking... I get shot in the balls, metaphorically, every single time I see it.
About what happened. He is betting on them not knowing anything about the situation, and he's omitting massive amounts of context in an effort to mislead them. He's been, among other things, misappropriating a protected
Among what? Wah, wah. Dude.
title for a decade to come across as more authoritative to his audience.
Yeah, this is what Nick Andros is saying. It's literally, this guy has literally lied to his audience for a decade, and he said if that you have a problem with it, you can go fuck yourself. So, I mean, like, that's not really a good response. I don't think anyone's metric would allow that to get, like, higher than a 2 out of 10, probably. Like, higher than a Pokemon, right? Is that...
He's been lying to
The
them
only
for
people who are satisfied by that are people who didn't want to pay attention to begin with and didn't even care if he's like a liar or anything. They just want to watch their like daily slot.
10 years.
Now, if you feel offended, if you feel wronged,
Every little thing
Your most cringe line ever was "I am the danger." Well, the funny part about that is that it's just a straight up Breaking Bad quote, and it was like a joke. So like, "I am the danger, Skylar." Like that's why I said it. It's because it's like a... It's a Breaking Bad. I make a lot of Breaking Bad references.
from the visuals to the word choices is him dodging accountability and attempting to downplay it. Hey, look, I'm in on the joke. Ha ha ha. Look at these videos where I'm looking at code and computer code looking things. I must be pretty.
Your most cringy line ever was the time that you said, "Luke, I am your father."
Look at these videos where I'm looking at code and computer code looking things. I must
Yep.
be pretty advanced. Apparently I'm a dropout without any higher education that an engineer would have.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's relevant. He claims he doesn't hide it, but this bitch has called himself an engineer like 70 times, while he's revealed himself to be a dropout like 5 times.
And again, Nick Andros is the only person who'd have the stats on this shit. Like, there's nobody else on planet Earth who would know these answers. So he's the guy who's... But, like, the audience wouldn't either. They're listening to Mutahar. They're like, oh, yeah, he says this all the time. Oh, I didn't even know he was an engineer. So surely I missed that he was, like, a dropout. And he constantly says it, right?
Your audience doesn't see all of your content. If
The cringiest line was, "The hood watches Rob's media now." Okay, dude. All right.
Mutahar believed that was
I think I did say that.
true, he would be smart enough not to lie like this in the first place.
now I made a lot of videos in the past where I've taught you guys about computer safety, cybersecurity, a lot of this stuff, and I think that content stands up on its own. And I believe it actually can be used, and people have learned from it, and I think that's great.
Claiming that people have learned from his content is an incredibly low bar, and not something that was contested in the first place. If you like to use the brush tools in Photoshop, did you know that by holding down Alt and right-click, you can move your mouse to change the size?
Wait, what? Are you serious? Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm testing this right now. I'm testing this in real time. Where the fuck is it? I probably shouldn't have opened Photoshop. This shit's like annoying. Okay, it's still loading. This bit is not working, bro. Abort.
And the hardness of your brush.
Can you do that? Dude, you can make it harder with the Alt button?
Congratulations. Thousands of Photoshop
Wait, troll, is that not real?
users
I
watching
learned something new.
this video just rush to
Jesus, I didn't know that was there.
open the software in order to try that trick. People have learned from this video, but I don't need to call myself a graphic design engineer or someone working in TV and film to woe an audience.
Bro, I worked in TV. You know how I have a film background. I was an extra who's probably not in a Steven Spielberg movie. We'll find out, dude. That makes me an official movie man, dude. I might as well be I'm an A-list Hollywood celebrity because I was an extra in a Steven Spielberg movie.
If I made content that I believed stood up on its own, I wouldn't have to inflate my credentials. So this is a nonsense statement.
Me being a dropout, I don't have a degree, so I'm not a certified or licensed engineer.
His phrasing here implies he is still an engineer, just not a degree-holding engineer. What engineer are you then? After 10 years
Dude, it's a train engineer. That's literally it. It's a fucking train engineer.
Bragging about it in public, making it our business, you should be able to tell us, where did this come from? What are your credentials?
Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where are your engineering credits? I don't even know what I'm saying. Jesus. Where are your engineer fucking credentials, dude? Mutahar, yo.
What work have you done? You believe in open source software, you call yourself a programmer. Where's your GitHub? What contributions have you made in the past 10 years?
Dude, he gets on Pornhub and beats off when he scratches his balls at 6 in the morning.
Then he tries to guilt trip people by saying he'll denigrate himself by calling himself just a programmer or a fat Indian who knows a bit about computers. He could have said that he was...
Dude, his horse's name was engineer. I'm done.
...insecure in his youth and used the word engineer without knowing it was illegal to feel better about himself. Then that claim kind of stuck around.
He combusts all over his monitor. He's an engineer.
And he was too embarrassed to admit that he wasn't one. It would be so simple, but Mutahar cannot ever admit to having made a mistake, or at least take responsibility for it. What do you think makes you come across as a likable man of character? Someone with the footing to judge others, as you have done for years.
I'm kind of the fucking aficionado of handing out.
Dude, I want to say that we thrusted this clip back in there, but the aficionado of reality checks has landed in a fucking Nick Andros video. I'm not taking credit for it, but I'm just happy it's here.
Judge others, as
the fucking aficionado of handing out reality checks.
You have done for years.
I'm kind of the fucking aficionado of handing out these reality checks to a lot of things.
Is it by being a coward who lies all the time, shifts blame, and never accepts their fallibility? Or is it by being someone who takes the blame for their mistakes, someone who knows their limits and speaks the truth? Do you believe your audience is entitled to the truth about who you are? Because they will only trust you as much as you...
I don't think they are. I don't think the audience is entitled to know the truth about who you are, unless you lie to them and fabricate some completely bullshit story and use those things that you've bullshitted to like bolster your credibility moving forward. I don't think your audience has the right to know everything about your life. But if you're lying to them in such a way that Mutahar has, I think they do have a right to know that you're a fraud.
You trust them. They will respect you as much as you respect them. Now they've realized you're full of shit.
I was full of shit, literally, like I was full of fecal matter.
And what's your response?
If you still feel wronged and this does not suffice for you, then I don't really give a fuck. Simple as that.
This behavior is not really to your benefit at all. It benefits your critics. But it especially benefits me. Now a large chunk of your audience and the public knows you're full of shit. And it's not that hard anymore to convince them that you've done this exact thing before.
Here's the plug. This is the trailer. This is the big fucking moment. This is like the Breaking Bad moment.
Dear viewer, did you feel confused when Mutahar came out with his video denouncing Nuxtaku? Did you feel he was overreacting? That he was distancing himself from him pretty hardcore relative to his actual points of discontent? Well, that's just like what happened here. Mutahar omitted massive amounts of context, because if he told you the full truth, he would have to admit that while he was eager to attack and condemn creators like Eva Chris Tyson for being fans of a lolicon artist, or for having kids on a Discord server with porn on it, he was running cover for and defending someone who turned that into their entire content model.
I don't think that you're required to make like an exposed video on your friend, but I think the way that Mutahar handled it is insane. Like Mutahar making the video, deleting the video, only talking about it at all because of direct pressure, and then blaming everybody else to get out of it is crazy. That is there is no way to look good. We went over this in a previous stream, but there's one of two scenarios that happened. One, Mutahar thinks that Nuxtaku is making a lot of content and benefiting greatly off of like the connection to Lolicon, right? Like using Lolicon in content or discussing Lolicon in content. And also, just keep in mind, Nux Taku, even if you want to take the lolicon completely out of the equation, guy defended zero. Gross. Then I went to tell Mutahar about it, and nothing ever happened publicly, no response. He just quietly privated the video after I alerted Mutahar. That's probably one of the biggest knocks against Mutahar's character that I know about, is that I sent him this, said this is bad. Mutahar typed me, oh, this is bad. And then then literally the next day, that video is gone. No response, nothing, no clarification. Nux just hit it. That was probably the most insane fucking thing for me with Mutahar. But regardless, completely regardless, ignoring that entirely, there's one of two scenarios. One, Mutahar thinks that Nux is bad and made a legitimate video exposing him and cucked to pressure or something else privately. We'll never know what. And then just went on to be like, I guess, let this guy repair his image for no apparent reason. Or, okay, he was just bullied into backstabbing his friend by a bunch of people. So he just went and did it. Either way, it's not like a favorable outcome. I don't think there's any way when this Nux Taku stuff is all put into a nice video with a nice bow on top of it that Mutahar is going to look good. No way in hell.
Forgive me, Lord, but I did it. Please forgive me. Stop sending Gentai. Why? I already lost. No Nut November. Half of my class saw Aqua's butthole on my screen. To be fair, mad respect for sending Aqua's butthole. And your class should be thankful.
That's a post from Nuxtaku's subreddit. At the time this video was made, the OP of this post was a 12-year-old child. They were not...
I mean, yeah, I'm interested to see what this. I'm interested to see what has been found by Nick Andros in his actual video.
Not a one-time poster, and they were not the only extremely young child that was involved in this community focused around adult content. There's plenty more material to cover in my bigger video, but let me tell you this. Mutahar was notified about this stuff in a confrontation almost exactly a year ago. What action did he take?
Is that the one with me, Chud, Tom, and Mutahar, where he's like...
Nothing. Because if...
Well, I still want more context. This clip is like... there's only 2 minutes left in the video. There's probably something interesting to say.
Truth came out, he would look bad for being so close to Nuxtaku. This guy is sitting here telling you that the government needs to stay away from the internet. It's so horrible when people are forced to verify their age on social media. I know it's annoying. I know it's frustrating. And I know it can be used for information control, mass manipulation, censorship, blah blah blah. But I've seen what it looks like when these man-children self-regulate. What it looks like when they are holding each other accountable. And what I mean by that is that they don't. They are 100% willing to prioritize their career, income, and their ego over the safety of children on the platform. But that's a story for the bigger video.
Ooh, video promotion. It's coming, boys. It's coming.
Some people have unfortunately gotten the idea that I'm going to expose Mutahar as some kind of a pedophile. That is not the case. He's not refusing to call this stuff out because he secretly condones it.
What is this? Is this the clip? Hold on.
Annoying. And that's what's so annoying about this. The bigger channel you've got, the more fucking fans you get that suck you off and throat you. And you know all about this, Turkey Tom, because of the fucking pyrocynical shit.
No, this isn't it. There was... Wait, Mutahar called into one of these. Mutahar demands answers from Nuxtaku. Commentary burns bridge. Mutahar... I'm tired of staying silent from this.
Freak. In there.
It's one of these.
Chud Logic versus Muta.
By the way, this title, Nux and Muta's Pedo Adventures, is fucking crazy, dude. You literally showed it? No, that happened. I was there. Please help me, sir. I can't stop lying, sir. What is a bint? Is that like a slur? What the fuck is a bint? I'm tired of staying silent about
He talks
him.
about restructuring.
I already clicked that. I just clicked that one. Mutahar lied to all of us.
Doesn't matter.
That's not it.
Do you not see what the problem here is? Okay, this is all rambling.
This is it! I found it! I found it! He means Mandalorian? The Mando. This is the... Yeah. It's Mando affected. Alright, let me see. Dog. Is there a dog quote that I'm referencing here?
It's the one of the wolf thing.
Said XQC a dog and a fucking oh Jesus Christ. Like, when is this uploaded? 3
Dude, bro, that's not a good sign for whatever is.
One of the wolf.
But he's just told me in the background, and this is verbatim. It's like, hey, never had an intention to work with Shadman. He very much is anti-Loli based on every single discussion that I've had with him behind the scenes.
Let's make this really simple. I've sent you a thumbnail that is currently live on his second channel. What do you think about that?
Where is it? Let me see.
It's the one of the wolf thing.
Said XQC a dog and a fucking oh Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to feel
Mutahar, you lying fucking scumbag! What is your
dude? I can't stress enough that I was like, "Hey, Muta, Chud wants to talk to you. He feels kind of shitty for the way that things have gone down between you two. So I was wondering if you could just hop on to hash it out." And I thought that he was just going to be like, "Hey, Mutahar, yeah, this felt kind of shitty. Like, what was it?" And then all of a sudden, the first thing out of Chud's mouth is, "Chud feels better now. Chud feels better."
Mutahar, you lying fucking scumbag! What is your problem, dude? Why do you throw me under the bus with some dude that's got lolly in his video?
Dude, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh fuck, I misread this conversation. I didn't know.
What is your?
I like profusely apologize because I did not warn him. I didn't know it was gonna. I thought it was gonna be like a regular convo.
Problem.
Wait, I think you just heard me go like, ah.
It's got lolly in his videos. What is your problem?
Hello?
And he just pretends he didn't hear a word of it.
Was that a bit? Is that a bit? Are you doing a bit, Mutar? I just got mogged. I just got mogged.
You just got mogged. You just got low taper faded.
Hello?
Hello. How's it going, mate?
Dude, he engineered that perfectly.
Yes. Going good. I just plugged in my headset, sorry.
Okay. Did you hear what I just said by any chance?
I have no idea what you just said.
Okay,
he's on 1 HP too, so I actually don't believe this was an op.
I called you a lot of things, but we're going to put that to one side.
This is the convo I thought they were going to have. I didn't know it was going to get loaded up like that.
And I'm just going to ask, what was the reason for this confusion, which made me look kind of retarded over the podcast?
Why the podcast was shutting down?
Yeah.
So I remember the time we were talking, you brought up the
basically just okay. This is so stupid. So he kind of implied that Nux Taku is the reason why the podcast was shutting down, but and this is the Some Ordinary podcast that he didn't own was actually owned by Gamer from Mars's company because they were all signed to this thing. It's a whole lot of bullshit side character crap. Essentially, that podcast was ending due to like business disagreements with Gamer from Mars and them, right? Obviously, like they didn't want to work with, I guess, that company or something, and they went off to do their own thing, and that was why they were ending the podcast. It had literally nothing to do with Nux Taku, but he hopped on and implied that it did. That was essentially what happened.
Nick just started insulting
and
me
then,
viciously on Twitter.
After Chud did a stream,
wasn't plugged in because Mutahar was a computer engineer,
Yeah.
not an audio engineer.
So then Mutahar kind of says this, and then he goes into Nux Taku's video and says it had nothing to do with that. So then all of Muta's fans marched to Chud's stream and was like, "You smeared Mutahar." And it's like, the quote came from inside the house. Bro, your guy called into this show and fucking told everybody this, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Man stuff, which was a thing we looked at.
It was like, you slandered Mutahar with his own words, you stupid piece of shit. Yeah, that's the thing. You can check that out if you want to. Let's finish off this video.
He is simply just...
And then Mutahar apologized to Chud, finally. And then deleted it. Dude, it's just bizarre. I don't know why anyone would do this.
that much of a total bitch, afraid of any controversy, with a chance it might stain his reputation. A worthless, spineless pushover. Somehow, his actions in this situation were even more pathetic than pretending to be different kinds of engineer for a decade.
He didn't apologize to Chud, he did. So Nick Andros is a new video coming out. He also put up a update because everyone promoted the video. This was one of the funniest sentences I've ever heard, so I will cover it here. The harmful opinions video I recently promoted unfortunately contained a mistake in the research, and he concluded that Mutahar had cheated on a terminally ill woman. He apologized for this mistake on his channel. And so it's like, how the fuck do you make a mistake? Like, oopsie, due to a minor research error, I accidentally came to the conclusion that Mutahar cheated on a terminally ill woman with a man. Yeah, that was the other part. And, dude, I didn't dot my I and cross my T. Therefore, I've come to the conclusion that Mutahar fucked Nexpo and cheated on a woman dying of fucking AIDS.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo.
Due to an error.
Mr. Oreo.
It's just such a funny update. But yeah, he did update it and give clarification. All right, guys, that's the Mutatent. If you guys don't like Mutatent, don't worry. All right, Mutahar is about to taste Brad's EHD. Okay, that's what's going to happen right now. All right, now we're going to give you the Brad Taste and Music update. Now, just to be clear, we already played the audio. We're not going to show it here. I saw there's apparently like memes of people saying trigger warning before showing like extremely vocal, violent sounding. Not vocal, not violent, like physically, but just like a dude screaming at a fucking woman. I don't really care. Dude, listen. I want this to be viewed by as many people who could possibly hear it, because Brad's like a huge piece of shit. And there are some people who don't like getting jump scared by domestic abuse. So yeah, I'm just mentioning, it's not going to be in this one, it's in the other one. Also, I did just straight up post on my Twitter a meme of Batman. So I guess I don't know, maybe I'm kind of a hypocrite on that front, where I took the audio and somebody thanked me for doing that. I was very appreciative of that person. I don't know where this is. Somebody had tweeted me and they said, was it not this one, not that? Oh, it was on this thread. They like wrote in here specifically saying, I just wanted to thank you for handling this news and a topic with care and respect for survivors and abuse. And I'm like, listen, I really appreciate that, but I'm going to have to tell you, I did take Brad's domestic abuse audio and I put it over the Batman theme song and made him punch, Bane. So I don't know if I could earn that. I kind of did. I kind of made him punch Bane a lot in the face. So, and I added like the Arkham punching sound. You know, I really do appreciate like any contribution you made to the channel, but I will say ultimately I'm not really sure I don't think I won that one. But anyway, where's Rachel? Yeah, dude. So I put up like a no audio version that kind of essentially explains like the spark notes of the entire Brad controversy. Because keep in mind, you got to watch 4 Nick DeOrio videos to find it, because he deleted all this content. Or you got to go watch. There's no like definitive video essay start to finish piece right now, so I can't really blame anybody who doesn't know everything. I'm just gonna loop it back here for you so you understand before we move on to the new stuff that we're gonna be unveiling, I think for the first time on this stream. Right? So just to elaborate for people who don't want to watch a stream or listen to abuse audio. Actually, speaking of that, there's only one thing this needs, all right? It needs the GoldenEye soundtrack. Just to elaborate for people who don't want to watch a stream or listen to abuse audio, Brad revealed that he was arrested for domestic violence and trashed his ex Tina during an unhinged return video. When he remembered that his ex had proof and could potentially publish the verbal abuse audio, Brad released a second video apologizing profusely and announced a year-long hiatus. In the following days, Tina decided that she didn't want to publish this audio because the situation kind of seemed to be resolved. Brad's videos were not well received and it appeared she wouldn't have to publish that audio at all of Brad screaming at her. That would be re-victimizing her in the process. Brad, opportunistic as always, saw this opportunity to come back and publish a third video. This time, he trashed his ex and claimed that Tina's coping mechanism for his loud, emotional outbursts was being scared of him. The crazy part is, Brad actually had an opportunity to walk away from all of this completely without that audio ever being made public. But he couldn't help it. He could not help but launch another feeble attempt to repair his YouTube career that has been long since destroyed. As Tina has explained, as Tina expected, Brad released as Tina expectedly released 10 minutes of audio. It showcased exactly what she claimed that Brad did leading up to his arrest. Brad sounds worse than you could possibly imagine. His moderator, or a hacker, then took over his channel's community tab, posting that abuse audio there as well. And an additional 45-minute freestyle leaked of Brad trashing his ex, dated between the apology video and his third response. So just for context, I don't know if you guys know about it. We're not going to show it here. We tried watching some of it. It was really not audible, so we didn't watch a lot of it. Somebody has done two things. One, Brad's audio has been transcribed. So if you don't want to listen to his shitty rap lyrics, I believe it's currently on Rap Genius. So you could, oh, that's not it. That's not it at all. I think you can go on Rap Genius right now and check out the Brad stuff. I think that's on there. Like, right, what was it? Bad Boy Brad or something? Hold on, BradTaste Rap Genius. So if you just want to like look for specific stuff here, I don't know where it is. Oh, I can check the Reddit. That would be a good place to find it. So you can get it there. Or somebody else has also gone out of his way and someone has gone out of their way and boosted the volume and made it like listen toable. So you could actually listen to it now without the booming back vocal, not back vocal, the booming instrumental the entire time. Brad's freestyle is charting as the 52 most popular freestyle in the rap on rapgenius.com. So it's Big Baller B. Where is this? Big Baller B. Like, it's currently like viral on Genius. Big Baller B's songs, dude. Let me see Big B's balls, dude. Whoa, what the fuck? I didn't know they made a revival of Ned's Declassified in his college years. Here it is. Yeah, so if you go to Big B Baller on Rap Genius, you can now pull up the 25, 08, 04, 11, 08, 31. And you could actually take a look at this yourself. Yeah. So yeah, it's all here, dude. You could check out, you could search anything, right? Like look up let's look up the word Control F. Let's go Control F domestic. Domestic. Okay, it's dome. Is there any domestic in here? Let's look up wife. Thought she was gonna be my wife. That was like a lyric, right? Oh, here. Yeah, bad bitch. Met her at Hot Topic. Yeah, whoa. Grabbed her ass. She told me to stop it. It's a bad time to bring this up, man. But this real stuff that happened and ain't happened. And I ain't happened to, all right? That just happened. To be my future wife. She just doesn't know it yet. So apparently he groped a girl at Hot Topic, according to his lyrics. This annotation is unreviewed. What is it? What the actual fuck was the annotation? Yeah, dude. What else do we have here? Yeah, they ready for what? Bad bitch, no, she a slut. I promised I was not looking at her butt. Yeah, when she talked to me, I had to say what? Because enough is enough. I feel like I'm out of this world. This shit is too tough. Haha, I think that's a joke. Yeah, another day recorded this. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But listen, got some bag under my eyes because I'm so busy running my own enterprise. Yeah, ha, this is no surprise. Haha, about as predictable as the rise. Boom, oh shit, they didn't see me coming. Yeah, it's all here, dude. This is the, dude, this is, dude. Big Boy Brad's fucking Dark Viper lyrics. Yeah. There's a whole lot of shit here about his ex. Let me look up X. 18. Well, some of these are exist. Mexico girl. Let me look up. So much self-reporting. Well, dude, they tell you to rap about what you know, right? You know I'm sipping that lean inside a sippy cup. Haha, yeah, I said no stop. I'm thin a nut. That's an iconic bar. Oh, here. Okay. Assault and battery. Is that what they claim? They say that I've been running away from the truth, and I commit assault and battery against my girl. You know what? The one I love, the one who's my entire world, and she believes this. I don't know how she's deceived herself, but oh brother, dude, the annotations are weak. Just let it go, bro. It's over. But I can't drop names yet because I still want to write insane checks. Yeah, I don't think that's happening, dude. Nobody's ever sending this guy $400 to review a song unless it's like this one. Listen, motherfucker, nut sucker, nut tucker, you're a motherfucker. Wow. Dude, this is some fucking lyrical, miracle, spherical, I don't know, empirical shit, dude. because that's how they're thinking Me Too, hashtag Me Too movement. I'm part of the hashtag Me Too movement. Dude. I feel like there's a cool bar to write there about like the Me Too movement. Like your money, like, like we're all getting rich, hashtag Me Too money movement or something. I don't, there's like gotta be a way to do it. There's gotta be a way to do it. Like I'm in the Me Too movement because my boy's rich and me too. And we move, I don't know. There's gotta be a way to do it. There's gotta be a way to do it. That could work. Awfully Hot Coffee Pot. First abusive rapper. No, dude, not the, dude, not the first abusive rapper. So then, oh yeah, BradTaste in music is a type of cartoonishly evil lolcow that comes around once in a while. So this is the additional context. Here, yeah, this is more stuff that I added because this is your kind of character definitions here. Throughout the entire situation, Brad appeared to have only been trying to salvage his YouTube career. In the first video where he announced his Dark Viper arrest, Brad seems more upset that his old group channel didn't fuck with him anymore. And people were telling me that he's not really part of that he just did a couple of collabs and now they don't like him anymore, which is really funny. Was he ever an official, not hype beast, hype break, bug? What was it? Something like that? Apparently they don't even, apparently he wasn't like an official member and they just didn't want to hang out with him anymore. I forgot what it was. Was it a Hive Mind? Hive Mind. Was he not an official member of Hive Mind? That was something I heard. I just kind of assumed. In 2024, Brad trashed Ethan Klein after spending time in person talking about their shared Jewish struggles in America at an event he attended. A picture Brad took with Ethan went viral and people were pissed. Brad essentially admits he stabbed Ethan Klein in the back and called him a Zionist to try to avoid getting hate online, which backfired. The crazy part about the entire situation is that Brad revealed he had members of his own family that were killed by Hamas. So he like licked it up off the floor, lied about his interaction with Ethan, and his family members were literally fucking killed by Hamas, and he was just gonna say anything possible to get his fucking career back in line. Is that not crazy? I feel like you're allowed to have a couple of bad takes if your family gets killed by Hamas, and he didn't even have a bad take. He took a picture with somebody that was not liked by like a very vocal subsect of crazy people online.
I just saw Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
This got reiterated as an initial return video, and it established Brad as someone who will say literally anything he thinks will allow himself to continue to survive. He's a two-faced cockroach. So imagine my surprise when I listened to Tina's audio that she recorded, which appeared to be Brad verbally admitting that he was going to fabricate a domestic abuse story to police. That's crazy. He did that. Yeah, that's an insane thing that he was doing. In an attempt to remove her from their shared home. It certainly sounds like he was willing to lie to police if it meant kicking Tina out of her home, and now I understand why he was so scared of the audio being released. So yeah. So that's kind of a rundown. Also, I did put a disclaimer. This is like how I interpreted events. All these videos are like deleted. There's archives you could look for. Ultimately, though, this is like as publicly available information stands. I think probably the best summary that tells you how everything happened. And people can be like, "Oh, you dragged Ethan into it." It's like Ethan is literally the catalyst for this guy's career imploding. Like, if he didn't take that picture with Ethan Klein, we literally wouldn't know any of this. So I saw this one recently, too. Tina posted a tweet. Very eye-opening to see how horrified people are by something that was a regular part of my daily life for 5 years. Unfortunately for me, that audio is just the tip of the iceberg. Even almost a year out, I'm still fighting every day to claw my way out of the hole that he threw me in. Anthony Fantano, probably the PewDiePie of this guy's specific YouTube genre, pops in and said, "I'm sorry you had to go through all of this. I wish I had a sense of what was going on when you guys appeared on the channel a while back. I'm glad you're getting away from it finally." Ethan Klein said something similar, saying that like this side of Brad did not come out in public. He hid his like demonic entity part really well. So this is like a fucking death nail in the coffin. I mean, I think that Brad's channel, his career, any hope of coming back has been like long since fucking, it has perished. It's gone. It's not happening. Like today's video, I don't think that I'm clickbaiting at all. What did I title it? I didn't clickbait. I posted today's video. BradTaste is done on YouTube. Indefensible audio has leaked. And I think that is like the least clickbait title I've ever posted. I don't think this guy has a career. I do not think this guy has like a YouTube career coming back. I would be completely shocked. I don't think trolls remorse people typically go through that. Now, this is the new information that I was shown.
What's the name?
And
of
we're going to
the
be looking
guy
through it for the
from
first
Keemstar
time.
Orbiter, Nick DeOrio.
So Tina reached out to me and did give me specific permission to show
a
it.
great third island boy, being an abuser who can't rap and all.
Tina reached out to me and gave me explicit permission to show more BradTaste and music drama. So this is like text. That's what we're going to be showing here, is a conversation between Brad and Tina, because apparently Brad randomly blew up at her. Again, that's her testimony, but based off of what I've seen, I think that's fair to grant her. Still don't even know why. When we got into an Airbnb in Detroit, obviously Brad has ties to Detroit now, but I don't know if Detroit was enough to set him off when they were still dating, you know?
What's the name of the guy?
Thank you.
Keemstar Orbiter, Nick DeOrio.
Fantano
Mr.
is Brad's
Oreo.
idol. I mean, yeah, realistically.
If Brad was borderline suicidal during the initial fallout, one can only imagine how he's feeling right now.
But here's my thing. Here's my position on BradTaste and music's mental health after all of this stuff, where he just straight up kind of admits he's a fraud. This is my entire position. This is all of my thoughts when people say like, "Oh, is Brad doing okay? I hope Brad's doing okay."
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Yes! I am a fucking honest maniac! That's right, motherfucker!
Yeah, so that's my position on that. I hope everyone understands. So yeah, Tina sent this to me. She explained it as basically he randomly blew up at me. I still don't even know why. When we got to our Airbnb in Detroit, Airbnb's host messaged me with concerns for my safety. And we have these messages that we're going to look through right now. And it's fucking weird. This is a fucking weird one.
You could have milked that so
we have a
much
third
harder.
party asking why they were fighting
I'll help
so
you maximize your
loudly
money,
in their
alright?
home.
It's so over for Brad. Bended the knee to the mob regarding H3, abused drugs, went to rehab and failed, manipulated his GF, gaslight her, got arrested for DV and did a freestyle
Dude, I
rap
like the
about it.
concept that he's
And
so he was a good
schizophrenic
friend. When you say he abused drugs, he just
Nicholas
screamed
the
at
Goat,
them.
thank you for the $5.
Like he
my
just
man.
screamed at a bag of heroin. Can you dance like a bee to communicate? Probably not in this story. So yeah, Airbnb host messaged me with concerns for my safety, which I do have here. This also is us talking about the only time he's ever caused me physical pain. I don't know what that really entails, so we'll see it here. So this is a conversation between Bradley being BradTaste and Music, full docs, L-Y. I'm still very hurt right now. So this is obviously a message being sent from Tina to Brad. So this is the context coming in. This is the big context wagon that we're seeing right here. L. Bradley, yeah. I'm still very hurt right now. Honestly, when we were at the blank office, I tried comforting you, and you grabbed my fingers and threw my hand away, and it hurt pretty badly. So this is the first, like, physical thing. Now, again, we don't know how this went, but this is the first thing that's kind of alleged to a physical action that has occurred. Right? I'm still very hurt right now. Honestly, when we were at the blank office, I tried comforting you and you grabbed my fingers away. Now, obviously, we're going to see what Brad's response to this is in a couple of seconds. Let's just keep moving forward. And and threw my hand away. It hurt pretty badly. It still hurts a little. That's the first time that something you've done has ever caused me direct physical pain, and it really shook me up. That's why I just started pulling up the Airbnb address right away when we got out of the car, because I wanted to just get out of there. And I knew it would take me a while to pull up because I can't see well. Obviously, full disclaimer, with the severity of these messages, not trying to cast doubt into anyone's story, I just want you to know that I have not held the physical phone and scrolled through it. I'm operating off of what Tina sent me. Now, obviously, Tina has put stuff out in the past with verbal audio cues and stuff, and Brad has confirmed that they're real, I guess, by his actions and the things he was saying leading up to it. Just know, I have absolutely, I am just delivering the news. I think you're good. I'm just making sure people are aware that I have not physically scrolled through these myself. But yeah, I'm also really confused about what happened. This goes on forward. When we walked into the B&B, I mentioned that she had a recording player and that you got upset with me saying something about me mentioning things that you should be doing. That's when that's what started the yelling. And then I tried telling you that I was worried the cops would get called because the Airbnb host is downstairs and you're screaming louder. This is something that does happen. If you guys don't B&B a lot, which I don't, you probably wouldn't know about it, but we know this at VidCon, because what happens is these Airbnb locations put in this decibel reader. And they will like kick you out or threaten to kick you out if it goes above a certain threshold. So they don't get like reports that there's loud behavior or whatever. They put these things in there, and it also is like a preventative measure against the party being like a frat party or something, or like a house party happening on the premises. They will throw you out. Yeah. Another thing that I found out recently is, did you know New York City apparently has like decibel cameras? So if your car is too loud, you can get a ticket if you go above like 77 decibels or something. I didn't know about that. Like driving through the city, if your car is so fucking loud, it like reaches higher than that, you'll get like an $800 ticket, and it goes up and stops at about $2,000 every time you get another ticket. There was like a thing where somebody's stock Lambo, I think Huracan, or no, it was not a Huracan, it was an STO, literally a stock Lamborghini got him a ticket going through New York City. I think he's sued over it. But I didn't know that. So yeah, they have that kind of system here as well, where there's like a thing that picks up the decibels. So if they're picking up like a loud noise or something like that, that was like a legitimate fear that Tina could have had, that they could have got like their fucking B&B revoked. We need that in LA. I think they have it in LA. I think it's up to, oh, you're talking about the car thing. No, they definitely have these in B&Bs. It's genuinely possible, it's genuinely such a helpless position to be in. I am entirely unable to speak. I have been feeling that often lately. I know you are trying to work on communication just like me, but I have been feeling moving right along. Oh, I don't know what, am I out of order here? Let me just verify this without scrolling through everything. Unless we're missing a message. But I have been I am out of order. I apologize. Do I not have this here? I have to grab it. My bad. I'm so sorry. Big segment, me Marino. Here, yeah. Boom. Put this. I had it, I just didn't drag it in. Sorry. There. Okay. So, the Airbnb host is downstairs and you're screaming louder. It's genuinely such a helpless position to be in. I am entirely unable to speak. I have been feeling that very often lately. I know you're trying to work on communication just like me, but I have been feeling very shut down. My fingers were aching in the car on the way to the Airbnb, and I just cried because I didn't have the energy for the argument that would have occurred when I told you something that you did hurt me. That's how exhausted I am. So that's what Tina is putting out here, right? So, now, moving forward from there, right? Let me know where you go. Sorry for, is this, hold on. It might have been sent out of order. What is this one? No, this is it. Let me know where you are now. I'm still very hurt right now. Honestly, when we were at the Hive Mind office, I tried comforting. Sorry for hurting you at... Okay, so it's the Hive Mind office because it's not censored. Fuck. Okay, well, that was not my fault. I didn't censor that. Sorry for hurting you at the Hive Mind office. I am personally fucking pissed that you held that in instead of stepping up and addressing that I hurt you like a real person. Is kind of like a nuclear response. If this is actually like a real fucking message, that is like not the way to deal with this. Like, oh no, I slapped your hand. You're actually a bitch for that. You're a bitch for not saying that I harmed you in the act. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is why I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta show this. Sorry for hurting you at the Hive Mind office. I am personally fucking pissed that you held that in instead of stepping up and addressing that I hurt you like a real person. If it really meant something to you, then it makes you look really shitty now for waiting until I fucked up for you to tell me. It's easier to say. Right? Moving forward, you are fucking not, and I am not going to take you lying to me anymore. That's what you actually care about. I am done with your lies. If you don't mind dealing with the cops, then it's fine, I guess. I'm taking my shit and leave. So this is in reference to, I think the Airbnb part. I'm taking my shit and leaving, selfish bitch. Glad you enjoy your free fucking Airbnb and free everything else. So this is like holding money over her. Again, we don't have the full conversation logs. We have significant portions here, but we don't have the full logs. I'm saying that the host of the Airbnb might call the cops if there's yelling, right? And the reason why she is saying this is because we have an Airbnb host here saying, if you have any questions during your stay, just shoot me a message. Hi, Christina. Just checking in to make sure everything is okay. A neighbor reached out to me who said they heard the possibility of a bad argument. Please don't feel embarrassed by anything. I just want to make sure that you feel safe and that everything in the Airbnb is in order. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Wow. Yeah, what a host. I mean, absolutely, but that's fucking nuclear. It is 5:07 a.m. for your host. So your host is writing you at 5 in the morning. Or is that, oh, it's PM. Never mind. I don't know the time that this was posted. But yeah. So that's the thing. So they got like a message from the host of their Airbnb saying, I heard you guys were in like a large argument. And presumably Brad left, took his shit, and then got mad, bitched at her, right? That's the message we're seeing here. And then this is about the physical stuff. Sorry for hurting you at the fucking office. I'm personally fucking pissed. I imagine that this is probably all in the same conversation, like at least this part of it, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, there up until this point, we've been told nothing physical happened. And I don't believe this is something that is being portrayed by Tina as in like intentionally done. I don't know. So like, what was the... Let me read this one more time. I'm also really confused about what happened when we walked into the B&B. I mentioned that she had a recording player, got upset saying that. Yeah, I was... So this is all the same conversation, pretty clearly. My fingers were aching in the car because of the way... to the because we didn't have the energy for the argument. Yeah. It's just so crazy to me. Like, this is something he actually said. Imagine, like, being said, like, hey, you actually hurt me, right? Just to be clear, my fucking hand is hurting because you slapped my fucking hand away in person. And that's, by the way, obviously not something you do. But Brad is just so oblivious to the fact that slapping your hand away in this context is like, a bad thing that he did. He's just like, I can't believe that you didn't even address that your finger was hurting after I slapped your fucking hand away. Is that like a real... Like, that's an insane fucking line of logic right there. That's actually nuts. Okay, I think that the messages did get sent to me out of order. So let me just clarify right now what the correct order was, because they just got sent to me on Discord, and I think the problem was Twitter. So open link. We're going to just clarify this order for us, because that's why things don't seem like they're connecting. Open link here. I'm sorry. This Twitter totally fucked us on this one. Open link. So this might not be missing any pieces. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. I kind of butchered this one, didn't I, guys? Sorry. 4. And then the last one was the additional message. So this is the order that it was sent to me on Discord. You are fucking not, and I'm not going to take you lying to me anymore. That's what you actually care about. I'm done with your lies. Okay, I'm taking my shit and leaving, selfish bitch. Glad you enjoyed your free fucking Airbnb. I'm saying the host of the Airbnb might call the cops on us if there's yelling, right? I'm still very hurt right now. Okay, so this makes a lot more sense, all right?
Nick DeOrio.
This makes a lot more sense now. It's all in order. It's all in order.
This BradTaste Bodley guy is kind of a jerk.
This is easier. Teen explicit there was. Okay. Yeah, this is a private text too. Why is he freaking out? Yeah, I have no idea. There's like no reason to do that. So then it's like, I'm still very hurt. This is the message where it's like, hey, by the way, I just want you to know that like you, okay. And this also like when he fucked up is because like this fight and then he had to leave. Okay. That makes total sense. All right. It still hurts a little. That's the first time something you've done has ever hurt and caused me direct physical pain. It really shook me up. That's why I started pulling up the Airbnb address right away when we got into the car. Okay, cool. Now the next one was the Airbnb host is downstairs, so we covered this one too. My fingers were aching in the car. So after Brad freaked out and called her a selfish bitch, she then explained, also, you hurt me at the other location. And then Brad finished that up with, sorry for hurting you there, but I'm fucking pissed that you held that in instead of stepping up and addressing that I hurt you like a real person. Like implying that she's not even a real human being because she didn't say, ouchie, that hurt when you slapped her fucking hand. Okay, got it. Yo, Tina. Hey, Tina. Sorry, I kind of butchered that. I apologize. Tina's in the chat right now. Hello. I talked to Tina briefly, and I'm not going to, like, I guess, shed light on our conversation very much, obviously, for her privacy. But it was one of those where, like, Tina was kind of Brad's backbone for a real long while, obviously, being, like, his ex-girlfriend. And some of that was while me, Turkey Tom, and other people were fighting with Brad. So... It is probably weird to be hanging around the stream here, considering that like we were probably the enemy, I guess, at some point. You know, we were probably the enemy at one day at a time. But yeah, sorry for hurting you at the fucking well, it says what it is here at the office. I am personally fucking pissed that you had held that in instead of stepping up and addressing that I hurt you like a real person. That is an insane quote. Hope you're doing better, Tina. Thank you, chat, for being cool. But yeah, I still can't believe it. Moving forward now, because that's the new stuff. I think, because I believe that's everything we've got here. I sent them in order here. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tina. I apologize. We have it here now. It's all we looked through the order. We got the appropriate order. Twitter fucked everything up because it was. You ever use Twitter DMs and then they start sending as links? Like you want to send your friends like 3 pictures and one of them sends as a link and then it pops up later than everything else because Twitter broke their DMing system after Elon took over. That was the issue. But yeah, I don't know how. I have no idea how you manage with people like this. It's insane. Moving forward, we've got a bunch of clips of Brad. I just need to show you these. Here's a bunch of clips of Brad that have aged poorly that I have located off of the subreddit.
Abuse if it was awesome. Abuse is already awesome. You know what I'm...
Hey! Stream is suspended for fucking, oh no, for policy violations.
Abuse if it was awesome. Abuse is already awesome. You know what I'm...
That's a clipperoonie right there. That's a funny one. Mod Tina. Tina, what is Tina's, I would do that. I just need to know what is her at. What is her name in the chat? Oh, I see it. It's literally just Tina. There it is. It was so annoying. Yeah, that's why I wanted to add you on Discord. Yeah, I apologize. I didn't connect that. Standard moderator. All right, you can see you now. You're blue named. You are blue named. Yes, modder. Billy Mitchell and Tina, moderators of the Nick DeOrio channel. Nobody saw this coming. All right, now we've got another clip. This one actually I think aged a little bit worse.
0 plus to a 1 minus. Now, I'm gonna put it as simple as this. Go get some therapy. Try again in a couple of years.
That's kind of his strategy, right? That's kind of his iconic strategy.
It doesn't matter how big of a presentation you have on this gaslighting piece of garbage. You sound like a fucking maniac.
This is like his one... It sounds like he's literally talking about himself and he's just figured it all out. Like one of his split personalities is desperately trying to give him advice.
You sound insane. You need help. For the love of God, please. You have dug yourself so deep into a hole that it sounds like instead of actually trying to dig out, you've leaned into it for the sake of art. And instead it comes off like you're fucking crazy. That's all I have to say. That's it. That's my review of this album. I'm done. Thank you everyone for watching. What would you give this album?
It's insane. Yeah, I don't know. Solitude? Oh, should we do it? Should we hit it? Hold on. Solitude.
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
Can somebody make like a remake of the thing that doesn't get hit with copyright? Because I would use it all the time. Here, let me see if they made one. TikTok version.
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Yeah, no, there's...
I'm sorry RO tell you, Nick, but I found your DeviantArt art account. You know the one where you commission the art of classic pinball machines as sexy anime women?
No! No! Censor it! Censor it! Turn it off! Turn it off! No! No! Thank you. I appreciate it.
0 plus to a 1 minus. Now, I'm gonna put it as simple as this. Go get some therapy. Try again in a couple of years. It doesn't matter how big of a presentation you have on this gaslighting piece of garbage. You sound like a fucking maniac. You sound insane. You need help. For the love of God, please. You have dug yourself so deep into a hole that it sounds like instead of actually trying to dig out, you've leaned into it for the sake of art. And instead it comes off like you're fucking crazy. That's all I have to say. That's it. That's my review of this album. I'm done. Thank you everyone for watching. What would
I gotta get a better one, but Jesus Christ, it's insane to listen to. Yeah, dude, Big B baller, dude. All right. Ironically, Brad's downfall is very similar to Gabby Hanna's in falling victim to That's about Gabby Hanna. I didn't even... By the way, I own a copy of this album. I own an autographed copy of this Gabby Hanna album. It just connected with me what we were watching. It's Brad talking about Gabby Hanna. That is so fucking funny. I have an autographed copy of this somewhere in my trophy thing behind me. That's where I have all the autographs and stuff. That's so fucking funny. Nick is the Bay Harbor Butcher. I gotta watch that show, dude. I've never seen it. I have so many epic... Oh no, dude. This clip. The clip that certified him as a lol cow. Alright, we gotta boost this. Wait. Hold on. This is the clip that certified him as a lol cow.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, but listen, got bags under my eyes cause I'm so busy ruining my own enterprise.
We actually read that one before. I got bags under my eyes because I'm ruining my own enterprise. It's so, oh my god. Wait, that's the album? Yeah, that is the album he was talking about. Holy fuck, dude. I thought that was 6ix9ine, dude. Tekashi 6ix9ine. I think he had probably a better arc than Brad. All right, so just to be clear, this is where we're gonna. Wait. Destiny. All right. No, wait, that is it. That's all three. We hit it. We hit all three. So Destiny called out, and I don't understand. I legitimately don't understand. Destiny called out Tina. All right, in a clip saying white women like this are concentrated poison in online communities. I feel like there's like a lot of stuff that Destiny can talk about and probably still just keep going and going and going forever. Is this really your topic, man? You know? Like, I don't think Mutahar can talk about, like, somebody fabricating their credentials, right? I feel like you should just leave the women to somebody else, you know? I feel like this is probably not, like, your thing. This is the clip that went around. I tried to find it in the original VOD, and I wasn't really able to. I think I don't know if they cut it out, or I couldn't find this in the YouTube version.
The guy screaming at her, like, isn't that a really scary situation to be in if you're a woman? It can be, yeah. This woman is clearly not afraid, though.
The scariest situation to be in is if you've ever sent naked pictures of yourself to Destiny. That's the scariest place to be.
The guy screaming at her, like, isn't that a really scary situation to be in if you're a woman? It can be, yeah. This woman is clearly not afraid, though. There are no abused women, or there are no, I shouldn't say abused women, because those situations are way different. But there's somebody who's genuinely like fearful of their partner, who's like, I'm going to stay here because my name is on the lease, and I have just as much of a right to be here as you do. That's somebody who wants you. When you're saying, I need you to get the fuck out of my apartment, I'm losing my mind. When the woman says,
I think it could just be like a traumatic response. I don't necessarily, like, hold any specific thing that's said while you're being screamed at in that way to a like high level of scrutiny, right? I think that there's like a little bit of extra leeway. It's like, dude, no woman would ever stay if they feared for their life. If that was the case, there'd be a lot less deaths associated with domestic violence. There are partners who return back to the house after they get the shit beaten out of them and their partner is arrested. They'll stand up on trial saying it never happened. I feel like this is like an insane argument for him to make.
Much of a right to be here as you do. That's somebody who wants you. When you're saying, I need you to get the fuck out of my apartment, I'm losing my mind. When the woman says, last I checked, my name was on that fucking lease too. What she's saying is, what she's actually saying to you, she's saying, hit me, pussy. I bet you won't. I dare you. I double dog dare you. You little punk bitch, little dick motherfucker. I'm gonna go fuck your best friend. I'm gonna fuck your dad.
But like, why did he?
What's the name of the guy?
I don't
Keemstar Orbiter. Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Dude.
There are no abused women is one hell of a Freudian clip.
Tina did not reveal this information.
Nicholas the Goat, thank
Do you
you for
understand?
the $5, my man.
I think that there's a level of scrutiny that should be, I guess, placed on people who are doing this quote unquote for social media clout, or someone that you could argue did this for. This is like the only scenario where Brad literally orchestrated his own downfall. Brad came out, announced the DV thing, putting Tina in a weird situation where she talked about how she could have to put it out. Then she said she didn't want to put it out. She didn't want to be fucking re-victimized in front of a huge audience, right? And then fucking Brad comes out and just starts lying about it, but like as far as I'm aware, based off the clips that I'm seeing, putting her in a position where she literally has to be heard crying by like thousands of people online. I don't know how you could argue this person is a clout chaser. Everything has literally basically come against their will. They've been put in a position where they had to continue to release more information up until today, where she just gave me new shit to post. But ultimately, that didn't even exist when this clip was recorded. Right? Like, that is the first time that she's just dropped shit. And again, that comes after Brad put out like a 45-minute diss track on her. And it's already out in the public, and there's now at least there's nothing worse that could happen than what has already happened by having to have posted it. It's just such a bizarre take from Destiny. I don't really understand his idea.
Dad and your best friend right now. Hit me, motherfucker. I dare you to. That is exactly what they're saying. They're daring you to do it. Don't take the bait. Don't ever take the bait.
Now, I will say this is a 43-second clip that's been spliced together. I don't know the full clip on his channel, so I will just put that out there. Because I tried to find more context and it wasn't there.
I am not. Why would so many people be Googling that?
Let's see what else he said. Because I know it's on, it's Dan Saltman's podcast. That's where this was recorded, right? BradTaste and Music is finished. There's like a 23-minute version of this.
Hammer. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you again, you fucking cunt. Right? Then it's like, oh, that guy's crazy. Right? Like, you can record stuff even if it's one-sided where it's like, oh, somebody's like insane, for sure.
But I think that most people came away from that audio thinking that Brad is insane and he didn't have to hit her or threaten to beat her with anything. I think that was like enough for almost everybody unanimously watching it. Like, there's no incentive to lie or get an additional clip because what was there was like enough, right?
This is pretty.
I do that to you. I can kick you the fuck out of here. All right, we're not gonna play the audio again. And people were saying, "Oh my God, Destiny is laughing whilst it's happening." I don't necessarily care about that either.
Brad, taste.
Here. What did they actually talk
Cancel
about?
sexual or white woman update or whatever.
Oh, here.
Now the Drive soundtrack plays. Okay. Yeah. All right. Enough of this.
Okay, I guess they barely talked about it, or at least barely been posted. Where do they stop it?
Midwest. Yes! Midwest emo
the
scooter guy.
Scooter? Yeah.
God, that was such a fucking great meme. You're never gonna love me. You're always gonna love him. I don't know if you knew this. This guy, like, we had beef with this guy before, but I forget what for. I remembered with Mr. Mutin, but then I didn't. There's like a Reddit post.
All right, there's nothing here that we're really going to get out of this. My point is, it's kind of bizarre that Destiny chose this hill to die on or chose this hill to play on. I don't know why he would ever talk about anything like this ever. It just seems like an extremely bizarre choice and topic for him, given like all the stuff that happened earlier this year. Obviously, he didn't like hit anyone, but it just seems like a stay away zone. It's like not really it's not really the hill that I would jump on, I guess, and die there. Now, to kind of transition in from the D to the H, Hasan said that Destiny is a demon of the internet who cannot exist in the real world. Okay, let's hear what he had to say about Mr. Destiny.
Not that I'm saying that if the Dems also fucking funded this.
Obviously, Hasan has been really mad the last couple of days that Destiny was on CNN. And I believe Hasan was also on CNN at points, so he's not very happy that I guess both of them are kind of at the same mainstream level where none of our relatives know who they are.
Operation that seemingly has decided to go with like a active sex pest with numerous court cases launched against them, who with regular frequency will say like insane freak shit, like celebrating the deaths of the children of Trump voters. In the natural,
this is just. I mean, I think everyone's gonna like be aware of how I'm gonna judge this clip. I don't think it's like a surprise from what I'm going to say, but it is so rich hearing Hasan say any of this.
Natural disaster,
but also took
place in the floods that took place in Texas. or white people's right to be able to say the N-word.
I recommend watching.
It's just the two worst people hate each
latest
other.
Video.
That's just, it's like the Pikachu, it's not Pikachu, it's like the Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man meme. Like, he's not self-aware enough to know that he is equally as, like, horrible.
Or ethical child pornography. Like, things like that are so insanely out of touch.
Like, these people are equally as unlikable as the other. They've literally spawned from the same crop.
Destiny is a demon of the internet. He cannot exist in the real world.
And the best part of Hasan is he can't even take a shot at somebody without giving someone a great donation sound, bro. I don't care. If I'm Destiny, I'm using Destiny as the demon of the internet, and I'm making thousands of dollars off of that quote. I don't know why he's so clippable.
In this way. Okay? Those are all the things that he has done.
I posted
not even
this. Where was this fucking tweet? So I posted like the surprise Pikachu meme. And then, like, I am not fond of Hasan's political takes, but this is a retarded meme to reply with. Like, comparing petty thief to Dahmer.
Nick just started
Hasan is
insulting me
thousands of
viciously on
times
Twitter.
better as a political pundit than this habitual liar, Steve. First of all, I think Destiny's political arguments are probably, like, significantly better than the majority of what Hasan says, but that's probably not what you're arguing. You're arguing that he's, like, an optics bomb. But, like, this is easily debunked by saying Hasan is a literal terrorist supporter. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, they're not exactly the same. They didn't do exactly the same things. They're both just optic bombs that probably aren't gonna like become household names. Like,
You claim to care about rape, and you're
Thanks,
hyping up a
Hasan.
dude who has a segment on a show called Ultimate Rape
Thank you for
Review.
hitting the goal.
Hasan gave you the means of production.
Yes, he did. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, it's easily debunked by just remembering the fact that like Hasan Piker was sitting there calling terrorists fucking who are like hijacking ships, musical people, and saying like I don't know. He's literally glazing terrorism, dude. They're stealing people off of boats. So now Destiny reacts to Hasan saying that Destiny would suck and record Charlie Kirk instead of debate him. Is he gonna say this is like homophobic?
Like engage in spirited debate against Charlie Kirk.
Nick just started
Thank
insulting
you.
me viciously on Twitter.
Why is
Hey,
Charlie
bro, I
Kirk
just
so
got
fucking
paid,
relevant
so here's
now?
$20 you can push towards a new pinball machine. Or
Thank
watch
you, thank
Raw,
you, thank
but
you,
no,
thank you.
seriously, man, you're like one of the few things I look forward to every other day.
I appreciate
I really
that.
appreciate you, man.
Here you go.
It's like
Also, yeah, that's another one. I didn't even think of that. This guy literally was talking about Dan Crenshaw getting eye fucked by a fucking Mujahideen soldier. Well, you know, I don't talk about the firefighter getting killed. I just talk about our veterans getting raped in the eye socket by a fucking... Like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The coin has two sides.
engage in
I
spirited
completely forgot about that.
debate against Charlie Kirk. If only we can do this. If we can unleash the... What is he going to do?
Isn't Hasan debating Charlie Kirk? Isn't that... I thought he was really happy. Didn't he get a debate with Charlie Kirk there?
If only we can do this. If we can unleash the... What is he going to do? Fuck Charlie Kirk? And film it? Like, what do you mean?
If he says it's homophobic, I'm just going to click off and move on to the next clip. I don't think he's going to do that. Wait, they stole Ethan's soundboard. What the fuck?
I thought it was a little... I thought it was a little weird, but okay.
If only we can get compromising...
I don't think that's weird. I think that's what's going to be expected as rebuttals to you for like the next like 5 years. I think that's what people are going to say.
Footage of Destiny sucking Charlie Kirk's cock and filming himself in the process.
It's weird that you think people aren't going to make references to this.
Then we can just destroy this. We can destroy this whole charade.
Are you... What? I feel like this is like Tectone on Twitter. When his own against me is like, bro, we all saw you slobbering on that fucking cock when you were taking it.
No, I feel like it's a bit more specific than that. I feel like it's a bit more targeted. It's not just, oh, you're gay. It's like, I think it's like the recording part that he was making the joke about.
In your mouth on him.
No, he gets it. He's just doing this.
When you're sucking that juicy cock. God, you fucking, it's like, bro, are you okay? If only we had some compromising footage of Destiny and Charlie Kirk just having a giant conservative suck fest. I wonder how big Charlie's load would be. Like, are you okay, little bro?
Yeah, I don't know if that's like gonna get you out of that one. I don't know if that's like a good. I mean, I hate to defend Hasan Piker. It doesn't really seem like a good rebuttal.
Hello?
It's like the two worst people are having an argument right now. This is what YouTube drama thinks when I start fighting with somebody. This is what they think.
Against Charlie Kirk.
The bid is falling flat. It is. It's literally falling flat. What the fuck was that? That is like a bizarre clip. All right, now we've reached the Ethan portion of the story, and then we're going to move through to the next thing. Ethan posted an edit of iDub saying it's a good thing that he meant to roll with the shit with Ethan, and then changed his mind after Ethan responded. Get a load of this douchebag.
Ultimately, I think it's a good thing because I think I am meant to roll around in shit.
Wait a minute. How the fuck did Yeet get a 240p Instagram story that's half cut off? How is this even possible?
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
I feel like this is like a new frontier of bad video quality.
I think me and Ethan are both meant to be rolling around in pig shit all day long, and other people are meant to do boxing.
Smaggle, we hit the button already. You missed it. You just weren't here. You're interrupting the stream and you're just wrong. What's wrong with you? What is your problem, Smaggle? We literally hit the button when we said fucking Destiny because we already addressed Ethan during the Brad drama. What the fuck, Smaggle? You're ruining the fucking segment, Smaggle. I'm gonna have to edit this out, Smaggle. Okay, why are you doing that?
Ultimately, I think it's a good thing because I think I am meant to roll around in shit. I think me and Ethan are both meant to be rolling around in pig shit all day long, and other people are meant to do boxing or debating or whatever else. Ethan and me, pig shit rolling around type of fellas.
So what's the plan with Ethan Klein?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Ethan Klein. He's not going to come up anymore. We're going to just ignore him.
The rule, just so you guys are aware, is like, we just don't give it any attention, you know? I really want to make my own shit. It's kind of one of the, I think, reasons I stopped making as much drama content.
Let's go. I love when Americans are talking about European problems if they have no idea how they work. I think this might be the only section where we just haven't talked about a Brit. I don't think we've mentioned one European the entire segment. Except for Chud Logic. Chud Logic was mentioned. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is because I personally didn't want to feel super reliant on it.
Also, nobody cares about Europeans. America #1. Fuck you.
And
oh, I'm talking to iDubbbz' latest video. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think there's
fuck the European Union.
a place for it for sure.
You guys love UKIP.
Sure, but
UKIP is Sargon. All right, yeah. So we saw this clip yesterday, but essentially it's like, hey, dude, I want to roll around in shit, and the video didn't do super well, and he's like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. Also, apparently now Gato Fumador, best account on Twitter, all the good tweets, obviously, of course. Yemeni social media influencer Rashid Al-Haddad is facing travel restrictions and frozen accounts due to Ethan Klein's repeated defamatory statements, labeling him as a terrorist. Again, like, I'm pretty sure Hasan is the first guy to reference this dude as a fucking Houthi. Just to be clear, he's filed a lawsuit against Ethan Klein in a U.S. court, and I hope you support the cause. I'm just saying, outside of like Hasan's contributions, doesn't it kind of feel like these guys will donate to any money except for those starving children in fucking Gaza that these people are weaponizing and holding up as like dead children, human shields, right? If they donate enough money to keep them from starving, then they won't have any dead Gazan children to use as like deflection mechanisms when they're talking about this stuff. Maybe that's it. I mean, they're gonna how many GoFundMe's for lawsuits are these guys gonna start pumping? I know Hasan has donated money there, and I'm sure that the other ones have done something, right? Probably. But again, it's just constant stream coverage, profiteering off of the fucking war in the Middle East right now, right? And it's like, but we're raising legal. The only one I think who actually did anything to stand on business is when it came time to get sued by Ethan Klein, Noah Sampson did a fucking charity thing. Noah Sampson did it. I mean, I hate Noah Sampson. I think that he needs to get slapped at with like reality. He needs an aficionado of reality checks to come in and check him before he continues to just fucking defame people like he did with Chud Logic. But at least he stood on business and gave the money to those people he claims he cares so much about, right? You want the Houthi guy to sue Ethan Klein. I mean, I think it'd be funny, yeah. There's also one more thing I wanted to show you before we move on. Today on the Ethan Klein H3 podcast show, at like the fucking 30-something minute mark, they actually covered denims, and I thought it was humorous.
Here, by the way,
That was a good one.
that's actually a perfect segue into one of my favorite.
Can you say, let me break it down for you, Mark, and then start dancing like a bee? I don't think I can do that, but what I can do is go, let me break it down for you, Mark. There we go.
Favorite lolcows, denims, the dumbest person alive. She is.
By the way, this is the worst transition ever. Legitimately, this is the worst transition I've ever seen.
Wait,
That was a good one.
that's actually a perfect segue.
This is horrible.
Into
It's so slow and like weird.
one of my favorite lolcows, denims, the dumbest person alive. She is. Remains.
That is just like the worst video effect I've ever seen used before. It's a joke on the I imagine, yeah.
Can you explain how that was a perfect segue?
It's a joke on this stream that they did it on purpose, but don't let anyone in on it.
Oh, you'll find out. Why don't
Okay.
you let me
Lolcow.
explain?
Okay.
And then
There
you're
was-
going to say, I totally
But
understand.
there was a perfect segue in the Discord.
Yeah, I mean, we were
I don't know if
talking-
you missed it.
This is a better segue.
It has to be intentional. No, dude. No way. Not a chance. I think that Ethan does not. I think Ethan legitimately thinks it looks good.
Way.
Something about breast milk.
And he's an engineer.
Can we stop having meta conversations and just talk about the
Please, dude, I'm trying to cover this. You guys are talking about fucking meta PCs.
So,
Okay. You want to
And
talk
also
about how you're being blackmailed?
I already. No, at the end of the show.
We've seen the images, bro.
That's a meta question, Dan.
Can we talk about the
Do the Meta Quest 3, yeah.
Urgently message actually switch me to O with 2 Why? What's the emergency?
12 of us.
One piece. You're really.
Jesus, it's coming.
I'll show you what I mean. Hold
Wait,
on.
what? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Like well polished?
Ventriloquist doll, like this classic one. I'll show you. Or dummy. Actually, dummy, which is more accurate.
Nicholas DeOrio.
Don't worry, Kino is happening right now. Just wait for it.
God damn it. So hold on. What the fuck, dude? Hold on.
This is literally me trying to do any segment, too.
Not-
Where I'm just like fucking gripping the Google button.
I'm not doing that.
Oh my god.
Okay, so look at this. Look at take like this in. Don't you see it?
Turn your head sideways.
Wait, here,
Oh
let me
my
find one
God,
at the profile.
I do see it.
Yeah,
I do.
here. Oh, here.
Do you see him?
Here's this. Okay. The eye.
Bro, I gotta be honest with you. I think this cooks. I think someone could make it like a fucking terrifying ventriloquist dummy edit where it's just straight up denims.
And then left arrow.
Low key, he's right. I think it's high key. I think someone is gonna make like a fucking demonic edit of this. It might already exist.
Nothing happens. Geniuses. Nothing happens.
They do the edit, it already exists.
Happens.
That's crazy.
You don't know how to use the computer.
I hit up for there's 2 keys. You said Windows.
Dude, he's booming hard, bro, but I really can't complain. I cannot complain. I cannot complain. All right, I think. Oh God.
And
Here,
One
let
of
me
the worst takes you.
let me refresh. Yeah, there's gonna be the thing, the denim situation. I like how it's literally called the. Oh my God. That is horrifying. You were not kidding. Asian is not an ethnic. That is fucking horrifying, dude. And it doesn't even have the assets in frame.
is it Mike from PA who has his hand up her ass? Because she's repeating. That's something he would say.
Asian is not an ethnic?
Is there anything else? Oh, Mike from PA
that's him talking.
unbanned. Let's cover that now because we haven't heard their response to that because it was a 7-dayer.
Was unbanned after a week. Which is kind of crazy when you think about what other things people get banned for and for how long they get banned. This man said,
I mean, this is probably the best ban in terms of length for anybody in Hasan's friend group. So that's probably like, again, was it like a month for Tectone for calling Frogan fat I think that was like the metric that people are comparing this to.
Jews are demonic.
But I'm comparing it to like the times where these guys like issue death threats or something and don't get banned at all or get banned for 24 hours. So this is a pretty good one, I guess.
Ethnicity.
And I don't even know, we haven't confirmed if it's the Jew ethnic one or if it was related to the Big Buck Hunter the Big Buck Hunter machine broke one. 2 weeks. Oh, was it? It was 2 weeks. I thought it was 7 days.
It's demonic ethnicity.
It's about as.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. You're talking about Tectone. Tectone got a 1 month ban that was shortened to 2 weeks. I could have sworn he was told by somebody at Twitch it was a month, but then it got shortened.
Bad as it gets, I think.
So it was double. Asman got 14 days for the Palestine comment. Yeah.
I mean, short of being like Hitler was right, let's round him up again. Like, I don't know.
Again, Frogan has never been banned for her veteran comment, despite it like straight up breaking TOS. Like you could argue a lot of things break TOS that aren't really accurate. That one straight up breaks TOS. The veteran comment never got her banned. She got 30 days for the TwitchCon panel that I imagine, and this is the biggest heist at Twitch, right? The longest ban that went to Frogan and all of her friends was bullshit. It was a bullshit ban that they should never have received. And I'll be the first one to say it. You know why? Because it's the Arab to Jew tier list at TwitchCon. You're telling me Twitch is going to ban them for something that they probably approved? I don't got that in writing that that's what happened, but are you telling me Twitch lets people host panels without asking what it's going to be? You're telling me Twitch didn't know what they allowed them to get on stage and represent the company in front of all their sponsors? They didn't know what they were going to do? How the fuck could Twitch ban creators for an approved panel? That's so dumb. That's insane. I would be fighting that if I was them. I would be fighting Twitch banning me for a panel that was approved by Twitch. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much right there, though.
Yeah, it's right there.
Like, what would you?
The advertisers pulled Twitch out and they scapegoated creators. That's fucked up. Twitch should never have approved it.
Do if you thought someone was an actual demon? Well, you're a good man.
Like, agree or disagree with what they said. If Twitch agreed with it, then why the fuck are they banning them? You know?
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Thank you.
Bro KCtron has more viewers than Ian on the sidebar LMAO.
Oh no! Oh no, bro! Oh my god! iDubbbz has 326 on the side. KCtron is outpulling the man, the myth, the You can see it on the left side. Let me make it bigger so you guys can see it better. Look right here. So iDubbbz right here, 326. We're looking at 326 right here, and KCtron is pulling in more viewers. That's brutal. Thank you for pointing that out to me.
Has he gone live since he got unbanned?
Not that I saw. His VODs are for subscribers.
Haven't seen anything new, I feel like.
Where you going, man? Where are you going? Where are you going, man? I'm right here. Here you going, man? Yeah. So anyway, Mike from the Third Reich is here, and we wish him all the best, don't we, folks? Good luck on the Liebesraum. I wish lots of Liebesraum for you, my friend.
I think he might have streamed yesterday and today, according to Twitch stats.
Did he talk about his about the ban at all? Because I didn't see any clips.
Probably not.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been.
No, bro, if he talked about it, that's LSF front page shit. Imagine he complained that the ban was too long. That would be insane.
Clipped if he did. Usually people grab
I'm surprised he has.
Twitch obviously agrees. They have to save face. They can't say the quiet part out loud. It's just crazy why Twitch would just literally forsake all of the creators on the site who are like just playing fucking video games, like the way the site was actually meant to be run back in the day, over fucking Palestine shit. I don't understand. I don't understand why everyone thinks this is such a big deal. Twitch needs to tank their company over it. Democratic voters shouldn't vote for Kamala Harris because she like engaged with the concept of rapes that
Mike
occurring.
from P. Auschwitz.
It's insane. It's actually insane how this like niche political issue has like taken over every facet of American life.
The restraint. He must be scared.
Yeah, it's crazy that the government sends so much money to Israel. Like, it's just insane. I don't know. Dude. Why is this desert conflict taking over my entire fucking life?
Scared as fuck because he knows he's got to be on thin ice with that. If he does that again, you know, they're watching. Where are you going, man? Where are you going?
Bum 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 bum.
right, let's take a look here. We've got this Sydney. Well, why don't we read some donos? Someone got some of those?
Oh.
All right, so that's probably it. We're done with the EHD segment tonight. I hope you enjoyed the Brad EHD Mutahar segment. That is all of the updates that we have for you from all of our main subjects that we've been covering for the last couple of weeks.